Alright, today on Tithomy Tries, I'm going to show you how I painted this dragon. So I started with this base model that I got from my local game shop. I painted up the black parts there, then decided I wanted to customize it a bit more. So I cut off the horn off the front and cut off the back teeth here because I'm going to end up kind of sculpting in some skin kind of stretched in the back part of the jaw there. To sculpt, I used Milliput and my sculpting tools here. Mixed up the Milliput and started working to try to kind of put in skin there. At first I tried just putting in a flap. It didn't really work too well, so I ended up kind of putting a big lump kind of in the back on each side and then pushing it out and in to form kind of how I wanted it to look, which worked out pretty good. And then with whatever was left in the middle there, I kind of sculpted a tongue as well. I took a little bit and added some earrings, and then I also filled in the gaps in the model as well with the Milliput. When the model is put together, there's usually big gaps kind of, and I used the Milliput to fill those in and kind of sculpt scales out of it as well to blend it. After that cured, I went ahead and got back to painting. So I first started with this yellow color. I'm going for a bronze dragon, and that's kind of the color scheme in the monster manual in Dungeons and Dragons, and that's what this dragon's going to be used for. So I started painting this yellow and got it all done, this base yellow, and then all the black areas I'm going to end up painting just a solid bronze color and using the black as a base for that. Anyway, painted the inside of the mouth a blue to give it a nice contrasty color. The bronze dragon has a lightning breath, so went with that. Then I started brushing on kind of a bronze dry brush over the scales to try and give it a more metallic, scaly look, which didn't work out so well. As you can see, it ends up looking just kind of dirty, mainly because that undertone is light and then the highlights being dark. It just kind of looks off. Wasn't too happy with it, so back to square one. I went online and found the image to give me some inspiration. I like that, but I wanted the colors to be more metallic, so I found this other image of patina kind of copper, and I like the colors there, so I'm going to use those. From that, I kind of got a base of this drab green kind of color for a nice dark base, and then I'm gonna go back over and now dry brush the correct way and go with a lighter color to give it the look that I wanted to go for. And I just kept on adding more and more of this kind of lighter shades of yellow, giving it that yellow, and then going back through with blue and giving it the stripes, and going over the blue on the wings as well, making it a nice solid blue at the bottom, kind of gradiating up to the top. Once I got that how I liked it, then I finished that bronze up as well on the horns and the big belly scales, and that is kind of the main base color. After that was done, then I went to make up a wash, and I used the bronze that I actually used for this and created a wash from it. I thinned it out quite a lot and added a little bit of just a tiny bit of dish detergent as a thinning and as a flow agent, so that water doesn't pool up. Here it is after the wash is done, giving it that kind of metallic colors throughout, and really kind of making the other colors come together, and everything kind of blending well into a cohesive color arrangement. So lastly is the base. I kind of got this rocky style base, but I looked at it and thought it's generic enough. I can just paint it blue and make some water out of it, because in my campaign the dragon's mainly going to be around the water areas. So I painted it a nice blue base color here, and then with that just kept on adding a little bit more white and a little bit more white into the blue, giving me a lighter blue to work with, and dry brushing that onto the high points of the water, or of the sculpt anyway. It's supposed to be a rocky texture, but it worked out pretty good as I added more and more of this white to those high points. Eventually getting to kind of a pure white just for the very, very tips, and it works out looking pretty good there, like rough seas. And finally, the final result, everything together, which I'm pretty happy with. Thanks for watching Tithomy Tries, where I try to paint. Next time I'll try something else.